Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Television, Radio, and Podcast Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning 2 p.m. on the Eastern Time Zone as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. You can find us on Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com. You can also find us on all the social media sites there as well. And on the radio, by the way, WZLA, the powerhouse of country music right here in South Carolina. We're really proud to be part of that. WZLA, you can find them 92.9 on the dial. And again, Facebook.com, all those social media sites. I don't want you getting in trouble watching us while you're at work. So choose Facebook.com. You'll be able to pull up all the shows that way as well. Got AP Steadham with me right now. And AP has been our longtime sports analyst. And he's been with us many, many years. And always glad to have you, AP. You always dig right in and get all the results and all of the factual answers for people. Okay, my email is exploding about Clemson. You want to get started now?
Yes. We'll just brief the audience. There was a linebacker. He was excellent freshman defensive player of the year in the ACC for the University of California. His name is Luke Farrelly. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Well, he was entertaining thoughts of joining Clemson, and so everything went fairly smooth, and he did. He came on a visit with his dad. They had an agreement as per Dabo Sweeney, and he signed up for classes, was in class, was in the position meetings with the linebackers, the meetings with the team, the Clemson football team, and then all of a sudden he started receiving communication from Ole Miss, and this is when he's already established. And when you sign a contract or you sign a grant and aid with a school, implicitly, I believe that takes you out of the transfer portal. So you can't be contacted unless you re-enter the transfer portal. But he was receiving communication from Ole Miss, the head coach, and so consequently, they urged him to consider re-entering the portal. And next thing you know, he's in Oxford, Mississippi after being in Clemson for a number of days. So Dabo Sweeney, he had a press conference on Friday. I mean, football coaches don't have press conferences in January for nothing, Donna.
Yeah.
So he was very upset, rightfully so, and he called out the Ole Miss program and the Ole Miss head coach, Pete Golding, for tampering, meaning we already signed him. He was enrolled in our school and with our program. He had taken himself out of the transfer portal. That's the way we understand it. When you sign with someone else, you're taken out of the portal by just committing and signing with the other team. So now, Dabo Sweeney, the head coach of Clemson, rightfully so, he contacted his commissioner. I think he reached out to the other coach saying, you've only been a head coach for a number of weeks, a month or so, a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. And he was trying to give him what he defined as grace. Maybe he doesn't know the rules. I'm going to give him a chance to back off. Well, he came on stronger. And so Dabo, that was not something that he favored. And so he had that press conference and essentially called him out by name for tampering with his player. So we're waiting for the ACC, the SEC, maybe the commissioners to make a statement, because now this is happening all the time, the tampering, reaching out to players maybe to get them to enter the portal. But I don't know if I've seen this happen where you're at a school, you're enrolled.
Yeah, that's
maybe it's happened, but you're enrolled in the school, you're in the meetings with the linebacker coach, the head coach, and all the other players on the team. And someone's reaching out to you still trying to sign you and offering you more money. So very interested to see how the adults in the room act and what will happen with the Ole Miss program. And if the Clemson program was correct in saying this was tampering, what is going to be the outcome and, more importantly, the consequences?
Well, I'm thinking of your playbook and the way you actually have everything planned out to be for the coming year. And if this guy knows it, and then
Right.
he goes to the other team, it seems like to me that's not kosher.
What? Yeah, that happens with players and assistant coaches as well, Donna, when they leave to go to another program. So I think that that's fairly common, and I don't believe there's anything you can do about that because people transfer, people take other positions at schools and universities and colleges around the country. But the idea that you're signed and you're enrolled in school, you have this contract that hopefully is enforceable, and you're just going to say, see you later. We're leaving Clemson, South Carolina. We're on our way west to Oxford, Mississippi. Now, the other coach from Ole Miss, he was asking what was the buyout. And one thing we want to mention in all the shifting of players, when you have these contracts, these name, image, and likeness contracts, I'm putting in a penalty clause if you leave that makes it to balance it out. We're not going to get into like the coaches where they're guaranteeing $100 million and they have these huge buyouts, but you have to have some kind of penalty clause to discourage the movement. I would say if I'm a program, and I would say I would have one as a player. Mm-hmm. If you try to release me, you're going to pay a penalty as well. So you're protecting both sides. I'm not saying just for the schools. I'm saying for the players as well, because we know coaches have been known to push people away from their program and leave them without options. So I don't want that to happen as well. So we want protection on both sides, Donna. But I'm very curious because these are two major conferences, two programs that are on the national scene. And it wouldn't matter, but I'm just stating that they are gaining the limelight because of the nature of the two coaches, the programs, and the player. He was Defensive Player of the Year as a freshman, freshman Defensive Player of the Year for the ACC. Had nearly 100 tackles done. That's a huge number. Very productive. So good football player from California, as I understand, the state of California, played at the University of California.
Well, I think Mississippi needs to be penalized, and I think this guy needs to be barred from ever playing football again.
I don't think the judge will come down with that hammer, Donna, but I understand your point.
Well, that's all this is creating. I was afraid of
Right.
this.
Yeah.
We're having to come up with too many new rules.
Yeah, Donna, we always called it the Wild West, and I don't know, Donna, maybe you're a student of history. I don't know how long the Wild West lasted, but I think this is going to last longer.
I think it is too. So this is just opening all kinds of for people to use their imagination. So in that sense, could a player double dip when it comes to the money part of the things? Could he still get money out of Clemson and the new team he's going to?
Right. I believe the answer to that is no, Donna. There's a quarterback from Duke, Darian Mensah. He transferred from Tulane to Duke, and Duke won the ACC title. Okay, now he wants to pursue at the last minute, because we know the portal was, I think, from the 2nd of January to the 16th. Last minute, he informs Duke, I want to go to Miami. Well, the backup quarterback for Duke and maybe some others have already transferred, and the opportunity for them to obtain or acquire a quarterback is gone because the transfer portal is closed, except for and I think this is closed now too. When the championship teams, they had an extra 6 days, I think it was, because you can't have a portal when they're trying to play a championship, right? But so they're in a quandary because he has a contract with Duke to make money. So to answer your question, I think he's not going to be able to make money with Miami if he moves there until that contract runs out. And I don't know if Duke, Duke's going to probably pursue legal damages for him moving from Duke to Miami. We're paying you money to represent us. So that question is on the forefront as well, Donna. You have these players signing a contract. Next thing you know, they're moving to another school. Wait a minute, we have a contract. Maybe it was not for 1 year, maybe for 2 years. So maybe you're going to pay us some money back, and we're going to get some compensatory damages as well as just paying the money back. That's not enough. You damaged us.
Well, I think this is the time to let somebody be an example to the rest of the world. And because it's just going to keep going. If this guy gets by with it, if the Clemson guy, I mean, I'm just telling you, it's going to be like you're going to open Pandora's box.
Yeah, and
Just
we
human
know.
nature.
Yeah, we know that Pandora's box that was never closed, was it, Donna? I don't know, was it?
No. Apparently not.
Yeah, so it creates so many issues if this one player, especially at a high profile place, is allowed to move. Not like I said, it doesn't matter if it's high profile or not. You're still under the guidance of the NCAA. You're trying to abide by the rules from the conference, the NCAA, and your school. So I don't know what's going to happen, but you would like to hear something from the adults.
Yeah, in the room, if there are any in the room. So I wanted to ask you another question. So is this more about money or power when it comes to the players?
The players, Donna, they have agents, and that's their fiduciary responsibility to sign contracts for as much money as possible. But even the agent has some guidelines. So I think the agent, you'd have to advise your client accordingly, Donna. And tell them that you signed a contract and you're going to try to leave. There's going to be some complications. There's going to be some ramifications. And if that's what you want to pursue, I'm just letting you know in advance.
Well, does this actually throw the agent into a lawsuit as well?
That's a possibility. I mean, I don't play a lawyer on TV or radio or anything, but it just looks like somebody's going to be held responsible, right? Somebody should be held responsible, not only the player, but if he was receiving this advice from his representation, are they ethically and legally, could they be challenged? So more ethically, I think they can be challenged. Legally, I don't know. I mean, it seems like they could.
It seems like they could, because had I been the agent, I would have said, hold it. Find another agent. I don't want to get mixed up in this.
Exactly. Yeah. So hopefully you have some standards, and there's some standards as being an agent and representing college athletes. But Donna, this is brand new territory, but it's not new territory for contract law or anything of that nature. I don't believe so.
I don't think so. Human nature plays into this. So human nature has been going on since the beginning of time. So, right. I'm not seeing that at all. Let's go into a commercial break. I can't believe half the show is over. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Everybody hold.
Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community. Whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need, toys at Christmas, or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. Or our 6-piece towel sets, just $29.98. But that's not all. I'm extending our 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st of 2025. Plus, all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free.
Okay, we're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television, radio, and podcast talk show, and social media talk show. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday. I've got AP Steadham with me right now, and Pandora's box is opening up again. It just keeps opening, and we all knew there were going to be some issues, and because like you keep saying, it's a new frontier out there. It's like the old West played all over again.
Yes. And Donna, I was going to say that I just wanted to bring up a few things about Dabo. I think they poked the wrong tiger.
I think they did too.
Because Dabo, he was reluctant to be a part of the transfer portal and acquiring talent on a number of levels. And he said that most of the time, many times, these players that are in the portal, we would not recruit them. They're not talented enough for our program.
Uh-huh.
He came and said that, which is fine. But there are a few players that you saw, the freshman of the defensive freshman of the year. He definitely could play at Clemson because he's in the same league with almost 100 tackles. So that's fine. And then the other thing he said that I always gravitated to through the years, you don't want people around you that don't want to be around you, and vice versa.
Right.
So it wasn't so much that the player wanted to leave, is the fact that you're with us. We signed you. Mm-hmm. We have a commitment. It's in writing. And if you're going to be trying to tamper with all of our players, we can't be going through this every 5 minutes, because the stability of our program would be shaken forever. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you can go to Clemson and pry away one of their players. So you have to stop it right up front when it happens. And he, like I said, he gave the Ole Miss program, the head coach, a chance to back away. He came on stronger with double the offer and everything. So I would say that about Dabo. I think he's right in those couple of areas that he said. Yeah, we don't want a player that doesn't want to play for us, but we also don't want everybody coming in here and trying to pry away our players. What if Luke he wanted to play there and they're still after him and trying to make him pursue a bad decision? So I think Dabo was right to speak out. Now tampering down, it's happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere because a lot of times you see a player down, and this is how you probably would know. When you enter the transfer portal, there's an option that you want to be contacted or not contacted. Now, if you enter the transfer portal and you're stating you're not wanting to be contacted, you've already been contacted because you have a deal. Mm-hmm. So people are tampering.
Yeah, they really are. But, taking a player away from another team, first of all, I don't know that I could do that. I know everybody wants the best team they can possibly have. Yes. I understand that. But
Yeah.
and I'm with Dabo. I mean, it's like I don't want you here now. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
however,
No.
this needs to be fixed now. And Dabo was really smart in pursuing it this way, I think.
Yeah.
Now
And I,
fix it.
yeah. Yeah. And you think that, like I said, we want to hear from the adults in the room. What's going to happen? I mean, we stated our case. We have the evidence. We don't want this decision 3 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
This is cut and dry. This
Well,
is
how
not
you're going to
brain
work on
surgery.
this? Is this something that's going to take forever to make? I mean, how's this going to play out?
I would say it should not take forever, Donna, because of the amount of evidence that's clear. It should be a ruling and handed out quickly and swiftly because everyone is watching.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is watching this case and this fiasco. Really, what's going to happen? Are we going to be allowed to tamper, or we're not?
I would say no. You're just opening so many doors there. I mean, it would be nothing. People would be transferring within the season. I mean, before. I mean, it's
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they'll say, okay, I played 4 games. I don't want to get hurt. Let me go to the other school. They'll pay the buyout. I'll leave. I'll get more money. In other words, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're offered $1 million from one school. Let's say by the 5th game, you hear from the school, we're going to pay you $2 million next year. We're going to double the offer next year. And we'll also buy out your contract. Yeah, they'll quit after the 5th game.
well, of course they will.
Okay. And so all these scenarios, you have to project these outcomes, Donna.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why you need to put a stop to this tampering when somebody's already signed and in school and in the coaches' meetings, maybe like you said, during the season, this could go south and quickly. And
It could be from one game to the next. You'd have a different set of players. I mean, it could be that it could turn that way.
Yeah, Donna, I've heard that Monday is the worst day for the head coach. You know why? He's getting phone calls from agents, or the program's getting phone calls, like the general manager probably getting phone calls, directed towards the head coach. Oh, my player had an interception this past week. Don't you think we should receive a little more money?
Uh-huh. See, it's turned into that. Yeah.
Yeah. Every Monday you're receiving phone calls. Who had a good game? Oh, we rushed for 100 yards. Don't you think the running back should? We signed this but don't you think we should get a little more money? And so when you have the NFL, Donna, and you're an employee and you have the negotiated contracts, you can't call the team on a Monday and said, he had an interception, needs a bonus from the interception. You already paid for getting the interception with your contract. So, but we're in this murky water where we know colleges, universities, and schools do not want players to be employees. That is something they argue against all the time. But I don't know, it's moving in that direction because unless you can negotiate a contract like the NFL or any of the professional leagues, you're going to have all these scenarios and shenanigans where you're trying to get money all the time.
Mm-hmm. And that's all it's going to turn into. So really, really right now, there used to be a time, young boys and girls, there was a time once where there was the college team, then there was the NFL, and then a few others sprinkled in between. Now the college is turning into the NFL. I can't really tell the difference.
It's really the NFL without the contracts, without the league contract between the players and the league, the agreement.
And having to go to school and potentially keeping up your grade point average.
Right. So, like I said, this Wild West where agents are calling you on Monday for more money, players are joining one school within the transfer portal period, and next thing you know, they're wanting to leave the school, and they just signed a contract, made a commitment to that school, and the agents are calling them and say, hey, XYZ school is offering you more money. We'll see if we can get a buyout and we'll leave. So that's where we are right now. And so this is an important decision that must be addressed and adjudicated one way or another by the NCAA, by the leagues. You have to do something because you can't have this every 5 minutes. It's too much disruption. Come up with some plan. But Donna, you don't see an appetite from the leadership to straighten out these situations.
Well, I mean, if you're not careful, if they are not careful, they're going to wind up just messing up the entire college football. I mean, it'll disrupt it. It'll erupt.
Yeah, Don, it's total chaos with a K, if I can say that. That's what it is right now. College athletics.
Then you have, but there's contracts are contracts. Okay, when we bought the house here in South Carolina, okay, we bought it. Okay, we all agreed to a price. The people we bought the house from could not come back and say, we decided we want to add $50,000 more.
Right, yeah.
Couldn't do that. It was too late.
No.
We all signed the contract.
No, you can't call an audible when you have a contract. No audibles with contracts. You could pay a penalty or something, or damages for not executing the contract, but you can't call an audible and just change the whole scenario.
Well, I think one thing that might stop it, or at least slow it down a little bit, would have some huge penalties there, where you've got to. I mean, I'm just saying it like it is. So when the college who takes a player away from another college, they need to pay double the penalty.
Yes, some type of
whatever. We got to get it straightened out now.
Yeah, some type of compensation. And Donna, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the University of Alabama, they brought back a player that was on their team a few years ago, entered the NBA draft, was not drafted, excuse me, playing on what's called the G League. That's the minor league for the professional league, called the G League. Mm-hmm. And he's enrolled in Alabama, and he played on Saturday because there was a judge in Tuscaloosa who gave him the opportunity. So I think they're going to have a hearing. I think it's this week to see if he can continue playing. So here it is in my lifetime, Donna. This is way beyond anything I could ever imagine. What do you mean? You left college, joined the pros. You've been there for 2 years, being paid. Now you want to come back to college? I mean, that would be, if you said that 10 years ago, Don, they'd say, okay, something's not right with that individual to make that type of comment. But now this has happened, and it's happened in other places as well. Players are coming back from the European League after leaving college, or maybe not even being in college, but playing in the European League, coming back. I don't know how many examples there are, but so we're seeing all types of eligibility issues and things we've never seen in the past. We saw junior college players competing for 2 years, playing in college a couple of years, saying, I want to play more. And they're coming back to play more years. So this eligibility with a capital E, Donna, that's another area that I don't know if they're going to come up with any decisions to address this wave of players competing beyond the normal 4 years in college.
Well, and something else that they used to, it was like you had reached a pinnacle. You had reached a pinnacle if you had went from college to pro back in the day.
Right.
I mean, it was like, man, that guy's arrived. He just went from college to pro. He's doing great. I mean, it used to be. Now, I guess it's not that anymore. We're going to have to call it a day, AP. Thank you so much for being with us. And thank you for shedding some light in on this, because folks are concerned. With good reason. AP, again, thank you for being with us. How can folks find you and AP As We See It on YouTube?
Yeah, look at our YouTube channel at AP As We See It, and our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and X account, and on Spotify, the audio, the visuals on AP As We See It, YouTube. But you can check us out, and you can also go to my personal one. You'll find me there too at AP Steadham as well. Thank you, Don. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Donna's Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319, and let's think of the possibilities.